Hello, everybody, and welcome on back to some Joker Tower. It's raining over in Melon Mountains. Um, I don't know what we're gonna call this area, but Melon Mountains sounds pretty fun. But yeah, it's been a while since I've done one of these. I've been doing the Twitch, trying to do a lot more Twitch. I'm doing Sunday afternoons every week now, a tech stream, and like that's gonna be some coding games, some web development. I'm gonna dust off my Java tutorial. To try to see if I can get that runnable in the browser. The Python tutorial is still going strong. It's like at 52,000 views. And a lot of that is bots. I will admit, a lot of that is bots. And not even bots, just like when I was debating and arguing things with people on XApp, every now and then I would just throw out just as like a proof that I'm not only sane, but pretty decently intelligent. I mean, not like the smartest person ever, but definitely not no dummy. And it kind of adds credibility to the other things that I'm talking about. Now, I'm gonna be doing a few things. Like what I should do is start streaming my debates on XApp. But the problem is like those debates, like sometimes they get going really fast, but other times it's like spread out over a few days. Like I was arguing with this one guy about how Christianity condemns murder in the military, and that's a very touchy subject because like technically Christianity forbids murder of all kinds. You're not supposed to kill. Like you're not supposed to end someone's life. That's a decision that you don't get to make for somebody else, no matter what the situation. And people have twisted it to be like, oh, well, no, God didn't mean in this instance, and God didn't mean in that instance. And even if you don't believe that God exists and that was just some very smart person, smart man, smart woman, because honestly, we don't know. It could have just as easily been a woman, and they've been like, nah, no, that doesn't fit our narrative of men being superior, so we got to take that out. It's not, what is it? Secular? No, not secular. What is it? And there's a word of like the books that got left in the Bible and the ones that got taken out. Not agnostic, but anyways. Now what is that word? I literally just heard it. I was watching somebody this morning and like. But anyways, the point of all that is people have perverted and twisted religion to fit their narrative and fit their goals, their agenda, and yeah. And so that's what's going on the content making front. Now also I've got my kiddos making thumbnails, videos. My son's getting really good into CapCut, where it's a program that you can download for free and it has like the CapCut thing. But then you just make these like short little video clips of like, in a fandom. Like one of his favorite ones is like this anime character. And I'm going to be putting them on my channel as soon as I get permission from my co-parent. Like that is just like, oh. Same with the games too. He is a very good gamer already. So is my daughter. Like they're both just like phew, top tier and polite and generous and legit. Like I am raising legit people. They are respectful, they are encouraging, they are kind, and they are brutal. They will destroy you, but then they will smile, stick out their hand and help you up. And they destroy you again. So proud. But no, in the video game, in simulations, they wouldn't do that in real life, and that's what I'm trying to really drive home with my son. Most importantly, the daughter, she's got to be careful with her mental stuff, like her feminine wiles when she gets older. Like, I don't want her manipulating people, and I mean, to a point, okay, but like, that's a slippery slope, and it's very dangerous. And then with my son, I got to worry more about him like using physical strength to coerce people into doing things or intimidating or stuff that I just want to make sure that he doesn't get comfortable doing. I mean, maybe a little bit here and there if it's like self-defense. And that's what I wanted to make this video for this morning. I wanted to this is before work. I actually already have been doing some work, communicating some things. But I vented yesterday, basically called out my coworker for cutting in line and gaming the system. Now, and I'll explain all that, but I mean, he was basically caught red-handed, like lying, and pathetically so. So, anyways, but this is one of the rare times that I would use fear and intimidation and logic. Not in that order. Like, first it's logic, first it's polite pointing out, And then when it's not, when it's falling on deaf ears, yeah, yeah. Anyways, yeah. Sorry, I'm just running through it, replaying. Because the other thing is I try to make sure that I'm absolutely not at fault, like 100% not in the wrong. Like I have a leg to stand on. I have a point. I'm not just ranting and raving just for the sake of ranting and raving or causing trouble for the sake of causing trouble. I was seriously offended. Like, so a little bit of backstory. This guy, and I can talk freely about it now because it's out in the open. I made it known what I think about him and what I think about his work. Like, I appreciate the work that he does, but I think it could be a lot more. And I don't appreciate how I get buried and he continues to take it on easy mode and relax and continue to push people away. And I'll explain all of that. But like, so, and I still got to work with this guy, so I can't speak too vehemently or too harshly. But at the same time, he needs a little bit of tough love because he cut in line, and he got a promotion over me. And granted, he's like 12 years older than me, and closer to retirement, and closer to slowing down anyway. That doesn't mean that he can. Basically, how I feel like he did was he stepped on my head to lift himself up. If we're both treading water, we're both, in a new job, like a new company. We started at almost the exact same time. And that's one of the things that irks me. He started 2 weeks before me. 2 weeks. That's it. He flew out from California to Colorado to set up some computers for this company that we work for, a nonprofit. And he flew out. He worked with the man, the myth, the legend, the guy that we both replaced as a pair. Um, and that's another thing. He was telling random strangers that he was the sole replacement right in front of me. That's what irked me. No, and it's not first world problems. Like, and that's what he said too. He's from California, he's a spoiled little brat. Like, he has his moments. He can be cool, he can be good, but for the most part, sneaky and gaming the system. And it's like, extra funny because he gets so mad when like students. So we work for higher education, and when students game the system and try to like share logins or like share benefits or whatever, like he gets mad, like he feels like he's been taken over. He had one pulled over on him. So yeah, but anyways, and then at the end of the day yesterday, he started throwing around like age, that like I was being naive because I'm a youngster, because I'm not. Yeah. And it's like, oh, okay, says the guy that cut in line, basically. Because like, so anyways, so we used to go to lunch like when we first started. Oh, actually, let me back up a little bit. The only reason he started 2 weeks before me is because I put in my 2 weeks notice, and painfully so. I didn't tell my other job that I was hired by another place until it was a done deal, because I didn't trust it. I had job offers before that fell through. Like, I have a bit of a checkered background, so people that do a background check of X number of years might see something that they're like, hey, that might not be good. Which is funny because I worked at an aerospace company since the worst of it, was able to explain and then convince them that I had changed, which I did. I mean, I wasn't out there who riding and doing crazy nonsense anymore. I grew up. But, and that's what irked me from yesterday, is like, this guy still tries to play it off like I have some growing up to do. No, he cut in line. He cut in line, he lied about it, and now he's like reaping the benefits from cheating. And in a higher education institution, he doesn't have the degree. First off, he doesn't have a tech degree. He does not have a degree from a computer science department. He has a degree in small screen production from the 80s. Now, that's impressive that you can do certain troubleshooting. I don't deny that. However, it's over 20 years old, and it's not a computer. Two big factors, large factors about working in IT. So those are the first problems. And I pointed that out. And I was able to speak freely. And see, that was the cool thing. So I did have to take some licks. I did have to take some, like, oh, in fact, let's go heal up this axe. But I made myself a little bit vulnerable doing that. I mean, and there might still be a next step of HR because it is basic age discrimination at this point. He doesn't have the merit, he doesn't have the work, he doesn't have the education, the experience, or the actual, like, all of those things are not valid in this situation. So, ergo, it's age discrimination. It's age discrimination a little bit, and then also um, not wanting to deal with it. Like, this guy was a squeaky wheel that got his way, complained, whined, said his job was hard, said he was adrift, he was very like, and the guy doesn't get bothered like by nothing. I'm in charge of all the help. I get all the calls, the texts, the messages, the emails, like both from students, faculty, staff, everyone. And I keep my head on a swivel, and I am in charge of all support. I'm also in charge of all hardware. I'm in charge of all onboarding, all training, all like the list of system admin things that I do is pretty impressive. And I pointed that out. I just, said, here's what I asked Google Gemini what the typical tasks for a sysadmin were. And I asked Google Gemini what the typical tasks for a server admin were. 'Cause that's what this guy is. He's a server admin. Granted, Google did kind of say that, well, not kind of, Google did say that sometimes server admin is considered a system admin, but I predicated that with the definition of a system admin, which includes training, security, hardware, configuring the computers, deploying the computers, like keeping asset inventory, all the things that I do, right? A lot of the things that I do. And in fact, if it was a numbers game, I would have easily a higher number of tasks. Now, does it take more time? Well, that's debatable because it'll take more time if you don't have the education and the training to do it. It'll take you more time. That's just, it's like in Breaking or Better Call Saul, when Mike goes to do the job with the power tool, and he's like, "Well, I could do it." It turns a 3 hour job into 2 days with me and Ben Gay, and basically talking about, well, because all right, let me back up a little bit. So those who haven't seen Better Call Saul, there's a character in it who's quote unquote allergic to electricity, and it's this mental health condition. He's not mentally well, and it's because his brother. I don't want to give too much away, but it's basically because his brother scams people, and like he doesn't like it, and so his way of protesting it or fighting it, when he knows that laws are being broken and that people are being taken advantage of. Actually, wait. Let's go ahead and do that much. I feel like we should be doing something cool with all these emeralds. You know what? Maybe even like, so I have that. Oh, actually, we could. We could just make this like the Emerald City, more or less. That's what we could be doing here. So we've got the windows, so that's an okay idea. I like it, but it does look kind of hokey. What we could do is have just have emerald encrusted. Yeah, I like it. Let's do it. So, but anyways, just while we chit chat. And I've been very quiet about all this. I was very secretive about my plans, my motives, and everything. And then I finally, it was a well calculated strategy on my end when I busted him, and I exposed him in front of my boss for the cheat that he is. And now, everything he does, there's going to be a tiny bit of hesitancy. Be like, is he pulling one over on me, or is he? And my boss is going to think about that now. It's been planted. Like, fool me once, shame on you. Fool me twice, you're gaming the system and you need to knock it off. And that's basically what happened. And it's. I didn't want it to have to come to that. Ah! Oops. I was wondering if I was going to hit the end. But, he forced my hand and he wasn't. So let me back up and say a few other things. He was also content with not doing any more work. Once he automated his job, he was content with just sitting back, pulling in a paycheck, and just complaining about how hard his day is. That's it. His day is not hard. He does not have to help a lot of people. He does not have to. Yeah. Yeah. And it's just ridiculous. So, oh, yeah. Sorry. I was also just thinking about how we had another coworker that needed a file. She's going to get it pulled today. And like, I'm not going into the office because I've got family stuff. I've got my kids today. So I'm working from home, which is one of the beautiful luxuries that I do have of my job. But already the dude was like, "Yeah, no, I got it. I'm taking care of your work." Like, I mean, he's not saying it, but like you can tell, like that's his mentality. He's like rolling his eyes and like, oh, "Fine, I'll do it." Very begrudgingly does he do anything, and it's ridiculous, like a child, spoiled child. So, and anyways, yeah, I still can't believe he got busted, busted. So anyways. And now we can go back to that. So we were going out to lunch just about every day for the first while because we were excited. We were celebrating. We both had a good job that paid a decent amount of money. Like, I mean, we were not great. Like, I mean, I wasn't swanky and I have kids and I needed a new car and all this. My car at the time was breaking down. Like, it actually broke down on me with the kids in the car. And like, luckily they're quite the troopers. They were okay. They were good sports about it. But like, oh my gosh. Like I was terrified. I was like, oh man, this is terrible. Like the car broke down, the kids are there. We were getting ice cream and then we were like trying to race back and like all this and it didn't happen. So I had to get a tow and then the kids and I had to take an Uber home and then I had to deal with a broke down car. So we finally ended up getting one and I got a car that was way more expensive than I should have. But you know, in 4 years, I've already paid off a year of it. And it's a 5 year loan, so I mean, I just got to keep on, and then I basically get a raise of the car payment in like 4 years. So that's like something to look forward to. I know it's not completely down and out, but the messed up thing is, so since this guy got the promotion and there was only one slot, and then he was trying to play dumb about it too. He's like, "What do you mean only one slot?" It's like, you know what I mean. You got a promotion, I didn't. There's nothing in the budget for another one. Don't play dumb. Like he knew pretending to play dumb, like, and just it's such a childish tactic, and I can't believe that I have to deal with something like that in the professional world, like a kid playing games, like that's basically it. Just because he wants to have more money and less responsibility, like that's not how it works, there, guy. So, anyways, and I'm not gonna let him. Like, I'm just gonna keep on him. He's gonna put in his share, or he's gonna go away. Like that's where it's at. Like I'm not gonna sit by and let someone just have a cushy time on my expense. It's borderline slavery. Like I mean, it's not really. I mean, I'm getting paid very well, but like, sitting back and letting other people's do the work while you refuse to and you just watch onward, like that's pretty messed up. That's not a team player. There needs to be some team building. So, but anyways, so we would go to lunch, and he would. It was okay, more or less. Like he liked to chat a lot, and I'm not a big chatter, and he kept wanting to like talk about things and be like a social buddy, and I was just like, you know what, I don't like this, and I was trying to like find a way to get off the ride, like like I want out, like I don't want to keep doing this, and I didn't want to hurt his feelings. I was trying to be polite, and then ended up like hurting his feelings anyway, because after a while, and then I started noticing how much money I wasn't keeping because I was spending it on lunches, and I was like, oh my god. Because at first I did it because he was new to the area and I wanted to show him around and be like the good host. And I showed him like, the fast food places, the restaurants and stuff like that. And I was like, okay, there you go. Welcome to Northern Colorado. Done. And that's what I thought. He thought he had a new lunch buddy that he could just continue to hang out with and talk with and chill and, confide in and have all these things. And I was like, okay, I like that you think that I could do that, but I don't want to do that. And yeah. So I don't think you want me to quit either, because if I did, I'm just kidding. Now I'm like having an argument in my head. Because I really did. I thought about quitting. Like I thought about, I looked at other jobs. I could make twice as much if I went into as a military contractor doing IT, but there's a lot of reasons I don't want to do that. I mean, I respect my country. I love my country. I would serve my country if a war broke out. And if we ever got invaded, see, that's the key word. If we ever got invaded, like, I don't want to be part of invading another country. Like, I don't want to be the aggressor, that's kind of thing. And I don't want to leave this job. It's a very awesome job. Like, I love my job. I love my work. I love my coworkers, all of them except for this guy. Seriously, I get along with literally everybody else at the company, like, fabulously. Like, I mean, I'm happy. I'm there for them. I've helped literally every single last person there. I've onboarded over half the company now. Like that's how big the turnaround has been, like recovering from COVID. And I've now onboarded over half of the company. So over half of the company saw me one of the very first thing, often the very first thing. Like you get your computer, you get to go meet with old A-Rye, you get to learn about the systems, about the tech, what to do if you get stuck, how to ask for help, and all this stuff. And so, yeah. Yeah. And just, mm, uh, sorry, yeah. And I'm going to have a very awkward conversation. Not awkward. Like, I already had the awkward conversation. I put it out there. I said what I needed to say. Oops. There you go. Oh, in fact, actually, it's almost time to get to work. Anybody doing anything? uh, hmm. Yep. More stuff that I got to do. Awesome. Uh, hmm. Interesting. Sorry, that was about things. We have an affiliate school, and I mean, part of the onboarding that I don't do is the systems that they control, because that's actually part of HR. They have to do it. And we have a Microsoft license through our affiliate school, so like there's a whole bit of IT that one of my other coworkers does, and she's great at it. And we work closely together to make sure that we're onboarding these people successfully and doing the best that we can. And it's a team effort and all that. And one of the many things that I have to do throughout my day is like talking with and like figuring this out, and then switch gears too. I think this other lady, we're doing a computer swap too. One of my big projects, I swapped out the entire fleet of laptops, everyone except for like 11 people. So, and I had help. The dude helped, which is good. He should help on an IT team. And that's like, it's all hands on deck, and it's as it should be. And like, and when it's not, yeah, there's going to be some change. So, anyways, but yeah, and like we were going to lunch together until I realized, yeah, I don't want to keep paying for all this. And then also, that was the beginning of the end, is when we were at this one place. He was talking with the gal behind the counter, and he brought up the former coworker that we were replacing, that the two of us were replacing. And he was like, oh, so and so? Yeah, I'm his replacement. Right there, right in front of me. And I was just like, wait a minute. And I had to think about that, because I was like, first off, I didn't realize anything had been done. Like, it wasn't until later that I realized, hey, wait a minute. I mean, I knew I didn't like it. Like, right away, I was like, wait, what about me? Like, does that just mean I'm just chopped liver and onions? Like, and then I thought about it more later. I was like, this fool, he was gaming the system. He was cutting in line at the amusement park, and he was painting himself as a better IT person than he was, without a college degree, mind you, without a relevant tech degree from a computer science department, working for a higher education institution that usually degrees matter when you work for higher education. Like, you can't just call yourself a professor without a doctorate. Like, you have to, and all these things. So, yeah, and it's just ridiculous. And I called him out, and it was a big thing. Yeah. Oh, it's ridiculous. But anyways, I gotta go get ready for work. I gotta still shower. Let's make this one a wee bit shorter, but I just wanted to document that. Like, so as of today, I was finally honest with my boss, honest with my coworker, sent a message to both of them so it's out in the open how I feel about the promotion, how I feel about him stealing the promotion, how I feel about him gaming the system and all of that, it's exposed, and now hopefully I don't have to keep doing the work, or I'll get fired. I mean, there's still that risk. Like, I could be in trouble for what I did, but I mean, I don't think so, because we're also now looking at age discrimination, because the dude is older, and and I feel like he's using that as an excuse to take it easy. It's like, you're not that old. Like, come on, dude. And like, it's ridiculous. So he's a grown man. He needs to act like it, like a grown adult, and he's taking shortcuts like that. Like, it vexes me so. So, anywho, um, I'll check in. Anyways, yeah, I'll be doing the Sunday night streaming or Sunday evening, and that's gonna be a pretty regular thing. Ooh, got netherite scrap. Oh, there's the alarm anyway, and then I had to like free up some space and stuff. I'm back to that point where I have to delete things to make room for more things. Uh, I'm thinking about following up. Yeah, because part of that yesterday, I was like, like I get bombarded left and right by all different ways for people asking for things, while you get to sit there all comfy and like, when's there like a server emergency? There isn't. There's almost never a server emergency, except for when school's actually going, and it's summertime. So right now, he don't got no emergencies, like, and he's very stingy with what support he does provide, and so like I'm just pulling his card, calling him out, be like, no, you can't just do that. You think you can, but nah, you can't. That's not cool. That's not okay to do in a workplace. So, anyways, so ta-ta for now. I'll see you in the next one. Happy Tuesday, everybody. And yeah, I think I like that. I'm gonna carry that all the way up. Maybe even replace that bottom row. I mean, I do like it with the glass, but then like the emeralds kind of look even better, and it matches the other skyscrapers. So I don't even know what I'm gonna put in that building. It's just a giant building. Like, it could be high-rise apartments. I don't know. I mean, they have all their houses here, but like honestly, these houses are kind of ghetto. There's like a few, and this is really ghetto. This is where I have like basically like the center for enchantment. So just wanted to document that. I'm going to put that in Joker Tower too. The whole point of this episode, though, is you got to be careful with your coworkers. You got to be assertive. You can't let them just walk all over you. I mean, some might try, and it's disgusting how bad they'll try to, like, I mean, take advantage of you. Especially this, like, prissy boy from California. Like, mmm. Even, like, at the end of yesterday, like, he admitted, like, he realized he screwed up. He realized why I was upset. And then he's, like, talking about maturity and, like, maybe in 20 years, like, so, yeah. Anyways. I will see you in the next one. Happy Minecrafting or whatever my catchphrase should be. Wubba lubba dub dub. No, that's Rick and Morty. That's Rick. Pickle Rick. All right. See you in the next one.